Hello. As many of you already know, my name is William Young. I just did 5 drag videos on how to properly do drag makeup and get an outfit and wig going. Right now, I am producing another video. Not for drag. Not even for personal uh, glory or anything like that. Right now I'm producing a video about something very important. Over the past 2 years, I have made a lot of friends. And before that, I had made even more. I had made several friends. Most of them were just normal people who happened to be different than the norm. Um, when I say different, I mean not like you and I. Well, not like you, but more like me. They liked being with people of the same sex. The sad thing is, most all of those friends that I'd had are no longer, I don't want to say they're no longer my friend because they still are. Truth is, they're no longer with us. Um, I had written a book which I had intended on getting published. I never did because my computer crashed and I lost the file. I am rewriting it. I will have it published. It's about acceptance. Something we all need to do a little more of. Basically, what we have going on, these friends of mine, they they were either killed by people who don't accept them, or they took their own lives because they couldn't handle not being accepted by their friends, most especially by their families. Oh yes. Many of these friends wound up taking their own lives. They killed themselves because their families, their friends, their relatives did not accept them for who they really were. Not a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. What we need to do is to realize we are all human beings. We all do the same things. And for those of us who you knew before you knew we were gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgendered, we're still the same people that we were then. If you were our friend before you knew, and now you know, the only difference is that you know. We're still the same people. We still like the same things that we liked before. Only now, you know one of the things that we like that you didn't know before. I'm going to tell you a brief story of one particular friend that really struck me whenever they wound up deceased. Her name was Mark. Lived in Montana. I hadn't actually met him in person. We were only friends online through Facebook and MySpace, whatnot. We had spoken on the phone a couple of times. Nothing more than that. This individual was strong. He was self-motivated. And he was more strong than I, which is sad to say. It's sad to say that someone who had more personal strength, more gusto than I have, wound up dead, and I'm still alive. But it's the truth. He had more strength than I. He had more courage. He was far better looking. I dare say I felt like he was a brother. Someone that I could share my deepest, darkest secrets with, and trust that they would always be safe. The call came last month, if that long, 3, maybe 4 weeks ago. I posted a big spill about it on my Facebook wall. I think I may have even put something on MySpace about it. His mother called me, as she often does. About 9 o'clock at night. That was the weird thing. She normally calls earlier, 6, maybe 7. She called me at 9 o'clock at night, and I found it weird that she was calling me that late because we had just spoken. She told me that she was doing well, her husband was well, and her son, whom she knew was my friend, wasn't home yet. To her knowledge, that is, he wasn't home. She didn't know that he was upstairs in his room. She found out later, and she called me 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was so disappointed. I was heartbroken. Her words were, "William, we need to talk." I said, "Okay, Nancy, let's talk." She goes, "William, he's not here. He's gone." I told her not to worry. Like many boys his age, 21 years old, still living with his parents because he was going to college. And it was cheaper on him to live in the room he'd lived in all of his life than to get an apartment or a dorm room. said, don't worry, he'll be back. He won't be gone for long. But she said, no, you don't understand. He's not coming back. I said, so he finally moved out. She goes, no. He's in his room, but he's not here. She cried, and she cried, and I said, I don't understand. What do you mean he's not here? If he's in his room, he's here. She goes, no. He's gone. It wasn't till that point that it finally sank in what she was talking about. He's no longer here. His body may be, but he's no longer with us. He's dead, he's gone. I asked her what happened. She said he had slit his wrists and bled out, without anyone even knowing that he was upstairs. The suicide note had stated that he was tired of living a lie, that he was tired of living a life that he knew he could never fulfill. His parents knew him as a straight individual. His family knew him as a straight individual. His friends, most of them, knew him as a straight individual. I and a handful of others were the only ones who knew the truth, who knew he was actually gay. The suicide note said that he was tired of listening to his friends and family bash and put down the gay individuals in his community. And that knowing that he was one of them, his family didn't realize it, but he was. Knowing that they hated the gay community so much that if they were to ever find out about him, he would be ridiculed and punished, and he feared for his own life. Feared for his own life so much that instead of having someone else take it from him, he took it from himself. The news was shattering and heartbreaking. And his mother, all she could say is, why didn't he tell somebody what was wrong? All she could say is, why? We had a very long discussion about it, and about how it was their actions, hers, her husband's, her entire family's, that had pushed him to this point. She said she was sorry, she didn't know. She had no idea. She said if she had known, they would have loved him and accepted him just as he was, because he was their son. My question is, if you never really know how much you miss something until it's gone, would she have really done that? Would they have really accepted him for being gay? If he was there every waking minute of every day, putting it out there in front of them, would they really accept him? We'll never know for sure. The moral is, don't say anything neglectful or hurtful about other individuals. Gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered, any of them. You never know who's listening. You never know who's taking you seriously. And you never know if that one word that you say, faggot, gay, homo, you never know if that's going to be the one word that's going to push some poor soul over the edge to their final demise. That's my spill.